Chicken is the most popular meat product around the world because of the diversity it adds to every meal. It is high in protein, low in calories, and has no carbohydrates. It is also low in fats and cholesterol than any other meat product and rich in vitamins A and D. This is according to research by the USA Poultry and Egg Export Council. The mid-70s through to the late 80s was said to be the golden age of Ghana's poultry industry. However, trade policies associated with general agreements on tariffs and trade and the World Trade Organization opened Ghana's markets to dumping and flooding of subsidized meat imports, which are between 30 to 40% cheaper than locally produced chicken. This steadily became the bane of the local poultry industry as production dwindled from 80% of national requirement to below 20%, approximately 20,000 metric tons in 2013. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture, therefore, has a national livestock strategy policy to increase the domestic production and supply of meat and dairy products from the current aggregate level of 30% to 50% of national requirement by 2016. On the average, the Ghanaian consumes 1.2 kilograms meat, while world average is 9.7 kilograms. This is partly due to the fact that present levels of livestock and poultry production are woefully inadequate to meet the animal protein needs of the about 24 million human population. This has resulted in Ghana becoming a net importer of frozen meat, of which poultry constitutes the highest proportion. Current demand for frozen chicken is 200,000 metric tons, estimated to be about 50% of total national meat demands. To fill an annual supply gap of between 170,000 metric tons and 180,000 metric tons, a phenomenal growth in volumes of imported chicken has occurred in the past 10 years. From 2012 to 2013 alone, chicken imports to Ghana rose from 97,719 metric tons to 183,949 metric tons, an increase of 88% with an average annual import value of $250 million.
In most countries, a lot of these countries that export poultry product, poultry business adds a lot to their GDP and it creates a lot of employment.
As part of the Agric Ministry's objective to make Ghana food secure, the Ghana Broiler Project, an initiative of the Government of Ghana in collaboration with the Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers, became necessary to revamp the ailing industry. This will be achieved by boosting local capacity in the production, processing and marketing of broiler chicken. The short gestation period of the broiler, which is 45 days, makes it perfect for the choice of poultry to revamp the local industry. To this effect, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has shown interest as he specifically mentioned the poultry industry in his 2014 State of the Nation address.
To kickstart this process of change, I have asked the Minister of Trade and Industry to request that the Export Development and Agriculture Investment Fund extends assistance to local investors for the increased production of poultry, rice, tomatoes, vegetable oil and fish.
Committed to this cause, the President in May 2014 followed up with a visit to the biggest poultry business in the country, Akate Farms and Trading Company Limited, in Kumasi, the Ashanti regional capital, to acquaint himself with their operations.
I'm happy and delighted that today His Excellency has started to recognize the farmers. We are happy to see him here. Another thing as I added, but look at the hatchery alone, 44,000 I'm paying electricity a month. And then last when I saw it, I said, no, this time we are going to close this hatchery down. Thank you. I hope you take everything.
I'm very impressed with what I've seen, and this fits
neatly into our vision to patronize made in Ghana products. I want to pledge that our Ministry of Agriculture, our Deputy Minister and ministers are all going to work to make sure that our poultry industry is able to produce enough poultry not only to feed Ghana, but that in the next few years we'll become net exporters of poultry products to other West African countries.
The growing demand for poultry has also seen the rise in importation of hatching eggs, broiler and layer-day-old chicks. In 2013, 804,000 broiler-day-old chicks were locally produced, while 1,088,865 were imported. Some interventions had been rolled out in the past to stop the free fall of the industry. Notable amongst them were the ADB Outgrower Scheme, support given farmers to grow broilers to meet festive occasions, training of farmers in livestock production, cultivation of high-yielding maize varieties, coupled with fertilizer subsidy, importation of maize, tax waivers on livestock or poultry inputs, among others. These, however, could not restore the local industry to its former glory, due to factors such as low access to credit and high interest rate, which results in high input cost, unstable prices of key inputs, especially maize and soya. The Ghana Broiler Project is therefore another attempt to bring to life the local poultry industry, which has been in a comatose condition for a while now. On 15 July 2014, the Ghana Broiler Project was successfully launched in Accra. All key stakeholders in the poultry industry were represented at the well-attended event.
This project is on our heart, and we thank God that today we have launched it.
It's a long time that we started working towards it. We are actually not going to joke with it at all.
The target at the start of the project was to produce 1,500 metric tons of broiler meat at the end of the production of 1 million birds, with an expected increase to 60,000 metric tons by the year 2016. These targets will progressively reduce Ghana's meat import burden to 40% by 2016. A highly professional team of experts made up of veterinary surgeons, businessmen and poultry farmers are involved in providing technical advice for this project.
We have two technical departments responsible for animal production in the ministry. These are Veterinary Services Department and Animal Production Department. So we are providing the technical backstopping to the whole program.
We have been discussing, and we realized that if we didn't bring all the key stakeholders along the poultry value chain, we didn't bring all of us in so that all of us will think alike and vision alike, we will have a problem. This particular initiative, I believe, should be the last one. We cannot afford to fail.
In September 2014, the first batches of broiler-day-old chicks were received by approved hub farmers who are members of the Poultry Farmers Association. Per the project design, an all-inclusive approach involving the whole value chain, hatcheries, poultry producers, that is the farmers, feed millers, feed ingredient suppliers, chicken processors, chicken marketers, that is the importers, are involved in this project. The outgrower concept has been adopted, where carefully selected large or medium farms operate as hub farmers. These hub farmers are working with satellite farms to grow broilers under production contracts. To date, 8 hubs with 59 satellites with a total broiler capacity of 400,000 registered in the Ashanti region alone have produced 600 metric tons in the first phase of the project.
We still have much to do because we don't have economy of scale so far that this project is concerned. The birds come here at a cheaper price. we only have economies of scope. And for that matter, it is with the government to ensure that we are able to push these things that we process.
The project is, however, limited by only 2 processing facilities identified in the Ashanti region, Daku Farms and Asamoah and Yamua Farms.
It's a business opportunity, so we are appealing to the businessman to come on board to put some processing plant in place. If you can establish some through Western region, Brong-Ahafo and the other areas.
Implementing the public-private partnership initiative, President John Dramani Mahame's call for individual businesses to partner such government initiatives was heeded to by 2 giant businessmen, Boris B's Farms and Veterinary Supplies Limited, as well as Johnny's Foods and Meat Complex J. Famco for this project. The production of the first 1 million broilers is solely financed by Boris B's Farms and Veterinary Supplies Limited.
We are already in the system. We're supplying already ingredients to a chunk of the poultry farmers, and that's the reason why we are able, and we say that we can do it, you know, that we can also sponsor the broiler project, because 72% of the whole thing is going to be from feed. And of course, once we have it already, the rest aspect is something that we're going to add up to it, and it's going to make us, enable us to sponsor the project.
The feed component is no doubt an important aspect of poultry production. With the availability of warehouses strategically positioned all over the country, Boris B is poised to provide the necessary high-quality feed for Gabro.
We have, you know, the concentrate, we have the soy mills, we have the maize, which of course currently that we've reduced, of course, and the government, the president was quite very happy about it. And then of course we have concentrates, we have cotton seed mills, we have, you know, oyster shells, the toxin binders, you know, many amino acids things, of course, that helps improve upon the immune system on the production of the birds.
Gabro, at the end of the first phase, sponsored by Boris B's Farms, will be taken over by the Export Development and Agricultural Investment Fund, EDIF, as directed by President John Dramani Mahama.
Proposals and everything has gone to EDIF. We're expecting them to work on it, and then so that we will be able to do the installation of the processing plant.
About 20 million cedis of this amount is to be used to construct a poultry processing plant on the premises of Johnny's Foods and Meat Complex J. Famco, situated at Medina in the Greater Accra region.
As far as we are concerned, we've done everything technically possible by sourcing the machinery, the technicians to install the place, and, you know, the final drawings to build or complete the processing line for the poultry.
Construction of the plant has already begun, and plans are far advanced to extend the ultra-modern state-of-the-art J-Famco slaughtering facility.
We're looking at a processing line that can process up to 6,000 birds an hour. So you're looking at, say, on average day, eight working hours, you're looking at, say, something like 48,000 to 50,000 birds a day.
When the J-Famco facility is ready, the broiler project will be extended to the Greater Accra region, Eastern, Volta, Central and Western regions. In all these, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is to continue providing monitoring and supervision while facilitating guaranteed markets.
Per our regulations, you purchase an amount, an appreciable amount compared to what you want to bring into the country. Is 40% of imports will have to now be locally purchased. So if we don't have more than 40%, we have a way of calculating it and working it out so that you will meet, you know, the requirement.
To seal all loopholes in enforcing meat import regulations, the Office of the Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture in charge of livestock has frequently embarked on impromptu visits to the reefer yard and customs offices of the Tema port to see how best illegal imports can be brought to the barest minimum.
As far as we are concerned, these frozen meat and poultry products, all the falsification of documents and other things has ceased. Now they are trying to devise other means, you know, to cheat the system. And as they do, we are also meeting them, and we make sure that they don't get to their destination.
We all have, you know, done lots of work, of course, to bring this, you know, this thing to this point. And so nobody should take that away from us. Give us a chance. I know surely, and I believe all our hands together, we are not saying that the marketers, you know, what they are doing is wrong or what they are doing is right. But then what we are all saying is that, please, yes, we thank you so much for bringing the imported chicken at a time when we were not capable of doing it. But right now, we feel that we have to start from somewhere. And so come join hands with that. One thing I seriously want everybody to understand, we are not fighting with the importers, but then we are saying that we can simply produce, quality chicken for, the inhabitants of Ghana.
Due to the all-inclusive nature of GABROP, 20,000 direct and 26,000 indirect jobs will be created while generating income, especially for the youth, as evident in the first phase of the project.
You see the number of hands that have been employed. The women that are, doing the casing, those who are arranging the boxes, where we sell the DOCs, the local DOCs, how they are packing them, all these are hands that have been employed. At the processing plant, on the farms, the feed mills. We can't fail these people. And the teeming youth are the who are ready.
Project in the year, papa. I'm not going to be there dancing, say, and yet, yeah. Come on. Yeah, head up from one kind of form of Krumaya, or more Mantem Hanum. I don't know more near Juma, or more. 7 this walk about Chrono and also pay Galamsi. Anna. Ya koso ye no mo so a bebre no baba beka ho we ye fa ba akopɛ no ukọ ba bi bebre sa na obi aguso a wo ne de wo kese na kɔ adwuma wo mo ye sa de ka ye tu bai kesi wo eni adwuma bi aye eso wono so wonya adwuma eye ade ba ko a aban ni edi sa wo so ni ye ni yi a nipa bebre e godura fi nipa bebre anya adwuma aye.
To this end, the Ghana Broiler project has not been free of challenges, especially from foreign manufacturers in the US, Brazil and the EU, which feel threatened by the likely consequences of the success of this project on their economies.
This initiative will help correct the imbalances that we have in our economy, because the capital flight of about $200 and over million that are used to import frozen chicken would stay here in Ghana to help support and the economy.
The biggest contributor to the economy of the US is the chicken sector, which provides over $23 billion in tax revenues to the government. It employs nearly 327,400 people directly in the 8,002 firms that produce poultry and eggs, while a further 534,420 are employed by suppliers to the industry, which generates over $94 billion in economic activity.
One importer is able to bring in 450,000 tons of the chicken products. We have just started with a pilot of 300,000. And I'm telling you, we still have them all in the cold room. Initially, we thought we were going to use the push strategy. We're going to produce for the marketers also to buy and send it to the consumer. But now, if you get to their cold stores, cold rooms, it's all full.
No country can survive on importation. We are sending the money that we do not have in the system. We are creating severe unemployment. And we're employing other people. And very soon, why not? These importers will be potential exporters. So that if we import from country A, we can also export to country A. We will compete.
With the strong will and support of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, GABROP has come to stay to add its quota to the stabilization of the local currency as it gradually reduces the about $250 million worth of frozen chicken imports annually, while boosting Ghana's economy. GABROP chicken, healthy chicken, good for you.